Hi, guys.
Anna.
Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Hi, Anna.
Hi, Rosie.
Wow, the
Hello,
outfit.
Maddie.
Oh, look at
Oh,
Yeah, we're recording.
All right, we'll get started, everyone. So welcome, everyone, to our Monday night call with our special guest, Mike Cavalcante. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. So Mike was he was a former sales professional as well as a bartender. His wife started Isogenics, and he had wanted nothing to do with it, like whatsoever. So once he saw her results with it, he was like, you know, I want to do what you're doing. Like, I want to have what you're having. 6 years later, they've helped many people obtain their health goals as well as earning an extra income. They are now 8-star Golden Circle members and the company's 233rd millionaire. So, Mike, if I could ask you, like, why network marketing?
Well, first of all, thank you guys for having me on this call. I really appreciate it. That's one of my favorite questions, and I always like to say, why not network marketing? For me, it was awesome. I had no idea what it was coming into it. So like you said, I was in sales and bartending my weekends away, trying to make some extra money. So the number one thing I like to ask people is, do you like extra time? Do you like to travel? Do you like to work for someone else, right? Do you like to build someone else's empire? And the answer to all those questions, you know, it's just leads to network marketing. So network marketing for me has been the vehicle to be able to excel at other things in life because of Isogenics, right? You know, we've changed so many people's lives as well too, but it's helped me build a family, helped me buy a home, move into a house, build a house, buy a car. And also too, just that peace of mind, knowing that waking up in the morning, I don't have to worry about if my job is still going to be there for me, right? Like not working for someone else. And I was always that type of person. And my wife as well too, Joanna, is the same way. We didn't really do well with working for someone else and being told what to do. And it wasn't for us. We always knew that we were going to be doing something great in life, but we had no idea what it was until we had found Isogenics. So yeah. To go with that again, I always say, why not network marketing, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So actually, I didn't know this, but you were a bartender. I was a bartender for 5 years too. So our stories are
nice.
Similar. So my girlfriend Madison, she started Isogenics, and you know she kind of was like, you know, wanting me to do it with her, and I'm like, nah, like it's not for me. So ever since starting it, it's been great. So if I could ask, like maybe some tips on, you know, how to share this opportunity with people, because we have a lot of new people on our team,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of new people.
Brand new to network marketing.
Yeah, never been in network marketing, still kind of like getting to know how the industry works. So maybe some tips on things you do to share the opportunity with others.
Yeah, definitely. And I love that as well too. So the number one thing, guys, just to don't stop talking about it. You know, people make fun of CrossFitters and the paleo people all the time. They're always talking about what they're doing, right? It's similar to what we do too, but it's done in a more tasteful manner, I like to say, right? Because this is our livelihood. This is our lives. We stand in integrity. We want to be the best, right? We want to be the most trusted. So the more conversations you're having with people, and now those are going to look different every day, whether you're on Facebook, whether you're face-to-face in the gym or anything. So for me, what's really great and what works well, I just love to maintain and find genuine connections with people. Myself, I have always been a natural connector, and so is my wife. So we love doing this stuff. And it's funny, before Isogenics, we never really called it connecting, right? We just said, you know, we're making friends, we're going out and meeting. Then a couple months in, we realized what we're doing here. I'm like, this is what we usually do, right? So if I can just recommend one tip right away, just be genuine and don't try and be like, I got something for you to look at that's going to change your life right away. And when you're getting in the conversation with people, which is great, which I love to do, is just finding out about them, right? Right? Be interested, not interesting, right? So I try to be interested as most as I can in the people and the person, because if I find out that, you know, it's a person that I don't want to work with, I'm not going to continue to explain what we do more. And how cool is that, guys? This is a profession, a lifestyle, a career where we can choose who we want to work with, right? We get to build our own team. And that's something tricky in the beginning of getting into network marketing, because in the beginning we were ignorance on fire. We were like, let's connect with this person, let's enroll that person. And 80% of the people that were around when we first started that we had enrolled and we started building our team with are gone because they weren't really cut out for it. It wasn't for them, right? We were trying to drag them instead of inspire them and show them the way of network marketing, the way of our lifestyle. So connecting like that has always been great. And I would say don't make it complicated, right? There's no reason to. We love to keep things simple. Simplicity is key in what we do. Connecting with people in person. We always like to get their phone number, email, exchange any type of information, then bring it back to social media platform because we might not have a chance. So for instance, we were just coming home from Top Achievers. Where's Ina? I was hanging out with Dr. Ina in there. Good times. Glad we missed you, man. And we were talking to a couple in the airport and they were just like so cool. And they were like, where'd you guys stay? They wound up staying at the same hotel. And they said, what were you doing there? I said, we were with Isogenics. Have you heard of it? She said, yeah, we've seen the bags. And I said, cut to the chase because she knows what it's about. I said, did anyone speak to you about what we do and maybe checking out? She goes, yeah, someone had said something to me about it, but she wasn't really great at marketing herself. And I was like, oh my God, we're there for Top Achievers and these people earned their way there. And she was saying that this person wasn't really good at it. So, and I said, listen, I don't want to step on their toes. Did you guys exchange information? Did you connect on Facebook? And she said, nothing. So I said, okay, I think and what I said to her is, I think you're really cool. And I think you should take a look at what we do and check it out. And if it's not for you, I have a new friend. That's it. Most people push on it. This is so great. We're this, that, blah, 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 right? Diarrhea of the mouth. And they start talking about the adaptogens and the ashwagandha and all that stuff. People don't care about that stuff in the beginning, right? So the genuine relationship building. So we friended each other on Facebook. We exchanged phone numbers, and it's that simple. And if she is not interested right now, she's gonna follow you, right? She's gonna follow us, what we do, see our posts of us celebrating you guys, celebrating our cleansers, traveling, the lifestyle. So, I mean, connecting and bringing the opportunity up to people. If people are talking to you in the beginning too of a conversation and they're like, kind of negative about stuff and talking about how they're kind of, you can feel they're closed-minded. I wouldn't even bring it up to them. So you have to learn how to read a person too, which is huge. And that's going to take time. That's not something that you're just going to get right away, right? It's a skill you're going to develop after doing this day in and day out over and over and over. And that all comes with the listening skill. And like I said before, being interested, not interesting.
Yeah, and network marketing is such a beautiful industry. It's like the most natural form of compensation. Like we're literally just connecting with people and being compensated for it, which is like you were just in the Bahamas and you were getting paid just being on vacation with your wife like that. Yeah. That is the dream right there. So when you're in network marketing too, like you hear it, like it's not perfect, but it's a better way. And there'll be some weeks where you'll sign up 5 people or maybe like 10, whatever it is. And then you'll go through a month with only signing a few up. So when you go through those lulls, if you have any tips on like, keeping your head up and really pushing through and seeing like your whole why as to why you even started this, like, what would you say to do?
Right. So that's great too, because it comes with the territory in this, right? There's ups and downs, peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows, whatever you want to call it. One of the things that works well that I like to do is if I'm in a rut and I'm like just feeling foggy, I'll cleanse, right? I'll go back to the product and be like, I'm going to do 2 cleanse days in a row, get the funk out, right? Shake it off, start fresh. So, Tara Romano always tells me that. She's my upline, Alexis Romano's sister. She always say, if you're feeling the funk, just do a cleanse day, at least one day. Right. So that's two. What I love to do too, guys, is, when I'm not enrolling or like having a genuine connection with people, I like to pour love into people. And whether it's my team, whether it's, Facebook friends or family members, Joanna and I send 3 cards every week, handwritten cards out. And it could be to prospects. It could be to teammates. It could be to family members. It could just be friends. Right. So just getting into your genuine self and spreading the love will start that feeling of, I need to get rolling, right? I need to get back into momentum, right? And once the momentum's there, it opens the gates for everything too. Something else that we like to do too is if I'm feeling like, my connections are stagnant, I need to get out there more. My wife and I we like to go. We'll take the kids to the mall, right, or without the kids, and we'll go shopping. And no intention of like going crazy, but intentions to connect with people who work in the mall. So, for instance, there's this one store we like to go to, and the people there are so nice, and they help you walk around. They bring you to the dressing room. So I love getting in conversation with the person who works in the mall and in the store and saying, you're really good at what you do. How long you been doing this? Do you really like it? Okay, great. Listen, I have an awesome opportunity that you might be interested in. Would you be willing to check it out? And connecting there. So you guys know when you get that new connection with people, you feel good about yourself. So you're starting to boost, right? And that might lead to you coming home and getting on the computer or to your phone and sending out more messages, sending out those texts. So if staying in that daily consistent action is what really drives us. Also too, just stuff like this, speaking on team calls. Even though it's not my team, I love this stuff because it pumps me up more, right? Now I'm going to have the feeling of going to bed like, wow, that was so awesome. These people are incredible. I'm going to wake up in the morning and feel fired up. What else? So we like to do events too, at least once a month, obviously. Every team does them. The power of events, guys, are so important. That's what changed my business and sparked my light bulb. Was the first event I went to was kickoff in 2014. And I saw all these people on stage, and I looked at my wife and I said, they're making this much money selling shakes? But I realized it was much more than shake things. So getting to events, having conversations with people. If you guys have a team in your area and, have like an accountability partner, which is great. One of my accountability partners lives in Jersey. I'm in New York, so it's not that bad. We talk once a week. We go over things like what's going on, what's working for you, what were your fails, right? Because this business is all about failing forward. Another beauty about network marketing, right? We can do all this on our own, get paid a lot of money, and you're failing most of the time, which is really cool. If you do that in a regular job, you're fired.
Yep. Exactly.
So, Mike, I love what you said about networking and going to the mall, because I remember when I first started network marketing, they were like, network on purpose. And I was like, what the heck does that mean? And it's really just getting yourself out of your comfort zone and making excuses to meet new people with intention.
Absolutely.
And at first, I remember feeling like I was like kind of lying. I'm like, well, I'm just trying to get them into something. But no, you really have to shift your perception. And so can you talk about, how did you go from, you said you were a bartender and now you're a network marketing professional. So can you talk about the transition? Because a lot of people on the call tonight are in that transition mode. They're like, okay, this is cool. I can see the vision, but like, talk about that transition that you had.
Okay. So the transition was I don't want to say tough. It was just unique, right? Because I came from the sales position where I was on the phone a lot and scheduling my days and being told what to do from my boss. So the first couple of months I'm sitting home like, all right, I had 2 enrollments today. I just did 3 calls. Now what do I do now? I was going a little crazy because I just felt like I always had to be doing something, which I guess can be good, but also could be bad at times too. But once I started to relax and realize, back to my why I'm doing this, that, it's okay sometimes if I'm not working 8 hours straight. Network marketing, you're working in pockets of your life. There's times I only can get a half hour of work done in one day because I have 2 young kids. I'm driving them everywhere. I still play sports. I cook, I clean, I do all that stuff. And it's good to do that. Also, learning how to build a team and communicate and react with your team was a little difficult transition for me as well too. Because now I come from a spot where I'm just working in sales and bartending, but I'm not really team building, right?
Yeah.
So luckily for me, working with my spouse, with Joanna, is great because we came up with ways how to communicate with our team, how to run events successfully with our team, how to post and how to celebrate them, and all stuff like that too. So what we like to do is when we're onboarding anyone new into the business, or they're just a product user, we always ask them up front. So if you're a product user, like, how often do you want me to communicate with you? Do you want me to text you every day? Do you want me to call you every day? Finding out their needs, their wants, and how they like to be coached is huge, especially when you're onboarding a new business builder. Because there are people who might not need the attention. They don't want the limelight. They don't want to be celebrated. But then there's people who want you to celebrate every cycle, right? And so now we have to do both and find the balance, and that can be very tough the bigger your team gets.
Right. And I think it's important that you said that, like the expectation, finding out what they want out of it and you're not putting your expectation on them. Right. Finding out what they want to make of it. Do they want to just be a customer and a raving fan, or do they actually want to take this to 6 figures and beyond? And finding out what they want and how you can best serve them. So I absolutely love that.
Yeah. Everyone's different, man. Just because what you want doesn't mean it's what everyone else is going to want, even though we tend to attract like-minded people.
Right. And then the other thing that you said that really hit me was that you're really like taking survey of people and who you want to work with and kind of pre-qualifying people before you, right, like ask them to join. And I think when you first start, it's like, who can I, because you're kind of in scavenger mode, right? When you first start, you're like, all right, I need to build this thing. I'm making nothing, goose egg. And so I need to just get people in this however I can. And you kind of come from a, like you're down here and they're up here and you've got this weird thing that you're trying to get them into.
Right.
But instead of having that, thought process and making it weird on accident, it's to kind of take a step back and saying, I've got a gift here and I can find people who I want to work with and present this in a way where I can be straightforward. If it's not for them, then it's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that.
And I had to tell one of my good friends I grew up playing hockey with that maybe this isn't for you. Like, I don't think it's the right timing. And he said, yeah, you know what? You're right. And I was at the point and where I've been working it myself, right? And this is what's awesome about network marketing, right? It's like personal development with a compensation plan attached, right? We're growing ourselves because this is what we have to do to be successful, because the world's a nasty place, right? And a lot of things get us down if we get stuck and we can't let it go and go past that. So I was at a point where I was talking to my friend Mike, and I was such in a positive posture with him that I really didn't worry if I was hurting his feelings, because it wasn't about that. It was about me and my business and what effect it will have on my life and my future, and also his too. He still did the products and had awesome results, and he's the type of guy who's still stuck right now trying to figure out a career and what does he want to do in life. So good call, right?
Yeah. You mentioned personal development. I've heard that so many times. It's personal development with a compensation plan attached. What do you do for personal development, and what did you do in the beginning versus what you're doing now, and what do you suggest for people?
Okay, great question. So to kick off like my really getting my ass in gear, I hired Jeffrey Combs. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. He's a mindset business development coach. He's out in California in the West Coast. He's worked with so many of the top leaders in our company. I'm talking like the top income earners, top 10, top 50. So what he was able to do, he has these innate skills where he can figure out why you react the way you do because of past events. Your past events shape your lives, right? And it turns us into who we are. So I uncovered a lot of things with him, the way of my childhood, the way I was raised, and why I react to what I do. Now, slowly learning to let those feelings go, I was able to grow and focus more on myself and striving to be what we want to be and rank advancing and building a team, because those certain little things will hold you back. And you guys have probably heard this saying, are you having a bad day, or did you really have just a bad 5 minutes that you turn into a day? So if you can be able to let go of that 5 minutes, right? So that was huge for me. Joanna and I practice gratitude every morning. My good friend Scott Aaron, he's a network marketing coach now. He practiced with me and taught me this. So when you wake up in the morning, I don't touch my phone. I go to my phone to my notes because I write it down. If Joanna's still sleeping or she's up earlier, I like to write down 3 things I'm grateful for. So I practice my gratitude, right? So it could be today I'm grateful for the sunshine because it's been raining for 2 days. I'm grateful for network marketing, and I'm grateful for my kids. And then I do 3 I am statements. So like, I am powerful. I am courageous. I am loving. Stuff like that. And it's good if you guys are building with a spouse, you can talk about this in the morning and say it. And we actually do this with our 4-year-old son. He tells us what he's grateful for. He'll go on 10 things. We say, no, just 3 things, but he'll do 10, which is really cool. It makes me super proud to realize that. Podcasts too. I listen to The Brendan Show. Who else do I listen to? I'm not really huge on reading.
Me either. I listen to audiobooks.
Yes, audiobooks are great. And also, too, I want to go take a step back when you ask me if I'm in a lull, what do I do? If you guys are in a lull, I always listen to GoPro by Eric Worre. He is so powerful, such a smart guy. I built my business on if I will you, because that's what he says. If I send you a video, will you check it out?
Yeah.
If I showed you a way to make extra income, would you be open to checking it out?
Right.
And that's going back to the basics. So Eric Worre, probably listen to his book 4 times a year, once a quarter around there, something like that. Sending out those handwritten letters too is awesome because it just makes you feel like a better person, and your purpose on earth is to serve people and to change people's lives and the system to do whatever they want to do as well too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So as you're growing in network marketing, guys, I think what I'm getting from Mike is that, as you grow, you have to, or as you want to grow, you need to level up yourself to be able to match that of what you want to become, right? So you need to always be studying something in order to unlock the next level of you, right? You need to shed those limiting beliefs. You need to be able to see that version of yourself and become that version of yourself. And the only way to do that isn't just by, action is the name of the game. You can get there by just action, 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 action. John Piontek, Big John, is the guy of action. I mean, this guy takes massive, massive action. And because of it, he has a giant following of people, right? But there's also the mindset part of it. And then there's the studying, and then there's the tools and the little tweaks every single day. So it's very important to be studying something every single day and then the action, right? Would you agree with that, Mike?
100%. I'm just reading the message now. Someone said, "Oh, Opie, what's up, dude? My team's hosting Jeffrey Cohn's Baltimore, July 20th. It's like $25. Yeah, his events are always cheap, but the nuggets that you'll get out of it, and just the way he is, he'll see someone sitting there with their arms crossed, their legs crossed, and he'll walk up to them and ask them a question, and they'll check out because they're not really in their body because of something that happened in their life, make them feel uncomfortable in that moment. He'll call you out in front of everyone. It's really freaking uncomfortable. So if you guys want to be uncomfortable and try and grow, you don't have to hire him. Go to his events. They're $20 to $25. And then if you do hire him, he does one-on-one coaching, a couple of calls. I think it's 6 calls. And then with the price of hiring, you get to go to his breakthrough event out in California, which is unbelievable. You sit in the room with these people, and these people had breakthroughs. People cried. People were hugging. You leave that event like you feel like you just aged 20 years, but just in mindset, like not physically. You just feel like you've grown so much as a person. And I am so much more aware now of what's going on in the world and my surroundings because I worked on myself, right? And I see it in my parents. I can see it in my in-laws because they're judgmental, and they have the Me Too syndromes. They have to talk about themselves because they're not comfortable with themselves. It's just stuff like that. And so if you guys really want to grow your business, you got to grow your mindset. Absolutely, 100%.
Awesome. I love that. So anyone, I want to open it up for questions. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you so much for coming on. Just to let you guys know, there's no financial connection. That's why Isogenics seriously is so amazing, because you don't need a financial connection to help somebody out. And it's truly a family and a community, and everyone's here to help you guys grow. So you want to add something?
Yeah, like Maddie just said, like there's no financial connection. Like if I didn't go to the event in Jersey, that's why going to events is so important.
Right.
Like I would have never made this connection with Mike. He would have never been on our team Zoom. So it's like there's no financial connection here. Like that never happens in corporate America or any other industry. So you join network marketing for yourself, but you're not in it by yourself. We're all a team here. So.
You guys have questions for Mike? Open it up for questions.
Don't be shy.
I've got questions.
Go ahead and ask.
Hey, Mike.
John has one. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Mike. How you doing? Thanks for coming on. Thanks for all your nuggets. Mike, when did you first realize, how far in the business were you? Like, I know when you got in the business, you're not going to say, I'm going to be a 7-figure earner. Did you put a time on, reaching the top peak? Did you ever think it could be you? When did it hit home? How far in the business were you when that really hit you? They said, well, holy crap, this is real.
Right. That's a great question. So my wife enrolled in June 6 years ago. So what's that? 2013. So I ordered my product shortly after in August. I went to local team events, and then it was January 2014. I went to kickoff. And by then, I was not enrolling people myself. I was just spreading the rumors to everyone, spreading the word, and just funneling everyone to my wife. It's like, here, I got this guy from my office, sign him up, right? So then I went to that event, and I told you I saw the people across stage, the top income earners were Patty and Herb. I think they were, at the time, 2.2 million for the year. I said, holy crap. But it wasn't just that. It wasn't the money. It was just the feeling of the room, right? People hugging me, people happy, people like, you don't, and what Maddie just said about, you don't see this in corporate, any like, you don't see that anywhere. Like any events I went to, I work for huge corporations. I've been to Bahamas with them, all the trips, Miami and stuff. You don't see that stuff. So then I said to Joanna, I turned to her, I said, let's do this, right? I'm in. So slowly building up, my belief started getting bigger and stronger and bigger. And probably 6 months later, we were like, okay, our goal is to get me out of my job. And that January, that kickoff, I wasn't saying I'm going to leave my job right away. And then April 27, 2015 was my last day working in corporate America. But we did have a goal. We wanted to be 4-star when I left. At the time, we were 3-star, right? And we were just shy of the 4-star mark. And we said, screw it, let's just do it. I don't have to be a 4-star to leave my career and do this full time. So I left, we were 3-star, and about a month later, we ranked to 4-star because I had posted that silly video that you guys saw at UA ICU. And it got so much traction, and we just started having more conversations. But it wasn't just like, okay, I'm going to leave and wing it, right? We had a plan. We had to have certain cycles coming in. We had to be steady because at the time, my son was only 7 months old. So it was a scary jump leaving corporate and not having benefits for a little while. But you had to do it, right? You just got to get out there and do it.
Thanks, Mike.
You got it, John.
Awesome. Anyone else have questions? Joe?
So, hey, Mike, thanks for being on. It's great hearing your story. Did you ever go through moments of doubt where you're like, oh, this isn't for me. I can't do this. Those people are millionaires. I'm not going to make it. And if you did, how do you get yourself out of that?
There has been, I like to call them wall-kicking moments. Absolutely, 100%. Number one, having my wife working with me, because there are times when we pick each other up and it's awesome. And not everyone has that. I understand that. So I did compare myself a lot, which with personal development, I stopped that. I was a big comparison person. I'm like, if this person can do it, I can do it. And then I'm like, crap, I'm not making money. Why are they making money, right? But once I realized that, I was like, screw that mentality. I was just head down and go, right? That's the only way to get out of it. So I got to work even harder, put my head down, and linking arms with people and just having those connections and finding out what's going to work. Like if I help you find out what works for you, it just makes me feel better about my business, right? So we're not in business by ourselves. We're in business together, right? For ourselves, but not by ourselves. That's what we say. So don't be quiet. Don't hide in a corner by yourself. Talk it out with your team if you're having those wall-kicking moments. Watch a video of like an event. Watch a video from the celebration last year of someone training. So those are awesome. Or even just go to ICE movie and watch one of the awesome videos they have on there, right? So I like to do that too. I like to study the videos, see what's up. It makes me feel better, and try not to have those wall-kicking moments because it's normal. You can't not have them, but don't let the bad 5 minutes turn into a full day.
Or a week.
Yes, or a week.
Or a week. Yeah, and I think when I'm getting there, you just want to shift the vibration you're in, shift your mood. That's all it is a mood.
Yeah.
Right? That's all it is. It can consume you, or you can notice it and just say, get the hell out of here. You're not serving me. I want to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like Tony Robbins.
Absolutely.
That vibration, we got to change our state.
Awesome. Anyone else have any questions?
Hey,
I'll ask a question. Go ahead. Hey, Mike, it's Opie. How are you, bud?
What's up, Ope?
Did you find when you were actually, when you were really got the ball rolling and you were cycling and you were moving up in the business, were you inspiring transformations or were you seeking entrepreneurs? And if so, how did you flip your transformation people into seeing the vision of business growth and entrepreneurship and time freedom?
Awesome. So great question, man. I mean, we were doing both. Most of my reach outs that I was doing during the day, like, was about opportunity. Right. So I was like, you know what, let me just try this. Why not? Everyone wants to make extra money. It works and it doesn't work. My before and after pictures, that's why you got to stay consistent. That's what gets most of our product users, right? But what I tell the people anytime I onboard someone new, I said, listen, it might not be for you, but there's an opportunity for you to share the product if you want to get it paid for. You know, if you have a great experience, which most of the people do, you're going to want your products to get paid for it because they taste better when they're free, right? So someone had said this past weekend at Top Achievers that our biggest business builders are in our downline already. And there's times where I sift through, I see who's still ordering, I reach out and I say, hey, John, awesome to see you ordering. And I just strike a conversation. I go, what's your favorite product? And they'll write back, oh, I love the Isoline Pro. I can't go a day without it. It's great, man. I see have you had success? And we talk more about it. So I just wanted to let you know, I mean, you know, do you know anyone who can benefit from it? You know, if so, let's get them on the phone together. And Joanne and I do a good job of painting the picture in the beginning. We say, look, you can refer us people, right? We can teach you how to get your products paid for if you want to be a casual sharer. Or if you say, hey, you know, I can use an extra stream of income. And if they're coachable, we can show you how to make some extra money. So we're telling everyone that comes in about those three things. You can send me referrals. I'll be happy to take your referrals. You know, we can teach you how to be a casual sharer if you want to get your products paid for. You know, if your mom, your dad, and your cousins want to get healthy, you know, that's awesome. We love that stuff. Or if you have a network of people and you're having good results and you can't stop telling everyone, your neighbors, cats, dogs, and stuff, then we can show you how to make an income. Does that answer the question? I know it kind of
I think that's great. Thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome, bro.
Any last questions? We're all good? Someone has a question. They're like, should I say it? Should I not?
There's no stupid questions, so don't think that. I ask a lot of stupid questions.
No questions. All right, guys. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for coming on. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And just the culture of Isogenics and, you know, the people that are here for you to help you grow. We're all in this together, right? Big happy family.
Yep. Who has their celebration tickets already? Raise your hands. Hands up. Let's go.
Let's go.
Come on.
Yeah.
The power of events.
Like,
I saw Caitlin made a sad face. I don't think she's going.
Awesome, guys. Have a great night. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming on.
All right, you guys. And also, too, for the men in the group, not to single the ladies out, we have our own men's group. We're doing bi-weekly Zoom calls. We were doing once a week. The group got put on hold for a little while, but it's back. It's running. We are really trying to build that men community. We do them every other Wednesday at 9:00 at night. I know there's so many team calls and lives that are going on Facebook and stuff. So if you guys want to drop me a message on Facebook, we'll become friends. I'll get you in the group. And it's not just my team. It's guys in Isogenics. None of us are financially linked. I mean, some of us are, but it's a real cool community. And we've been getting a lot of great feedback because I know network marketing is a female-driven thing. Yeah. So.
Awesome.
All right, you guys. Thank you so much again. Really appreciate it.
Awesome.
And see most of you at Celebration.
Tennessee.
Thank you, Mike.
Have a great night, guys.
You're welcome, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.